today. So Monique is proxying for James Martinez. LaDonna's absent, as well as James Martinez is absent. Sam Betters, I see you. Nancy Jackson, are you here?
I'm here.
Hi, Nancy. Ryan, I see Ryan. Candace, are you on today? I see you.
I am here.
Monique, excellent. So we have at least 4 members present for a quorum. Thank you all for joining today. The main focus of our meeting will be on, sorry, since it's not in front of me, I'm not going to go there. We'll go ahead and just introduce the DOLA Division of Housing Director, Teresa Casano. She's with the Office of Housing Finance and Sustainability. Teresa, are you here?
I do believe she is on the line, Anthea. But I will, as we look for her, I will.
Sorry, I am here. I was just classic on mute. So sorry about that.
Welcome, Teresa.
Yeah, awesome. It's so nice to be here and meet you all. So I was most recently at Enterprise Community Loan Fund and come with a background in both lending as well as public service previously, but new as of last Wednesday, but very excited to be joining the team and working with you all going forward.
Welcome, Teresa. Allison, did you also want to did you want to speak today?
Sure. I would love to just update everybody on all the great things that are happening. So, just to give a little more perspective on Teresa and the wealth of knowledge that she comes to us with. Not only was she the Director of Lending for Enterprise Community Loan Fund, but she also was the Director of Permanent Supportive Housing with the City of New York City.
The challenges of home internet.
That's right. I was going to ask if everyone was affected by that as well.
Yeah, and she's actually in the office, so we'll see. She may walk down and finish her sentence from Teresa's office because it doesn't look like Teresa's muted or frozen.
I am not. So let me go grab Allison. Sorry about that, everybody.
Okay, sounds good. We'll give them a minute or so to troubleshoot this. Guess I'm not the only one with Wi-Fi challenges today.
We're saying that this is going to be a short meeting.
It will be a short meeting. This will be a short break. We'll give them a couple minutes, and if we don't get Allison back on, then we'll move on to the next agenda item.
That's fine. I'm just kind of
the
ice here.
I could use a coffee break though.
You can actually see my computer restarting. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I lost all connectivity. So you get to see my office from a different perspective. Anthea, would you continue? Sure. So where I think I left off was explaining that Teresa was actually the Director for Permanent Supportive Housing with the City of New York City. And so she has tremendous experience, actually also beginning as a fellow with the city under Sean Donovan as well. So I'm very excited to have her expertise join us at the Division of Housing. What I also want to update folks on is our transformational assessment that we've been going through. That continues, and so we're working on our implementation now. We had some core areas to focus on. One was communication, and so you'll start to see some changes with our state housing board, with the directors' updates that we provide. So being more systematic, working with our staff on what those updates should be, making sure that our partners know where things stand. So communication was a key component of it. Our strategic alignment, so that's our mission, that's our focus. So actually with our staff on Thursday, we will be diving in with our strategic alignment with our department, with the state, with our staff, diving into the details of that. So really looking forward to kicking that off. And of course, we'll be communicating out all of the great things that come from that. We're also working with our budget team and our accounting teams within the department and within the division. An exciting thing on that front is that we actually have brought in AI to map out all the different processes with our accounting teams and how that interconnects with our budget teams. And so that process is kicking off. It's fascinating. Everybody loves Coco. Coco is the AI person that's helping map these things out. And so really a lot of great things that are coming. One thing that I want to make sure is on everyone's radar is the positions that are open right now. Remember with Mo's promotion, appointment to the Deputy Executive Director position, we not only have the new Deputy Director position that was created, but we also have Mo's position that we'll be filling. So please remember, get the word out. We want to make sure that we're building out the best division of housing that we can to support the work throughout the state. So lots of exciting things to come. Thank you, Teresa, for my phone a friend. My computer is still not back up, as you can see, but I will be joining you again momentarily when my computer restarts. So thank you. Any questions for me?
Thanks for those updates, Allison. I am curious about Coco and AI. How did that connection come about? How did you all meet Coco? Why did you meet Coco? Did that come in through a consultant?
So it's through a contractor that's helping us with a couple of our processes. So we actually, we're also doing a process improvement with our voucher programs. And so we're looking at both our federal and our state voucher programs and the processes that we've had across teams and how we can most efficiently operate those internally, then of course externally with our partners. So we're doing that with the voucher team, and then we're also doing it with the accounting team. And so how Coco works through our contractor is Coco interviews individuals and takes that information, maps out the information so that you can see what the process is based on what people think it is. And then you can determine what process should be versus what different folks think it is. And so through that process, we'll be deciding, what do we need to do to ensure that we are good stewards of the public funds, but then look at ways that we can best streamline things.
That is fascinating. Will you
It is
also
fascinating.
be investing and exploring ways that AI can help you with regulations related to vouchers and just in general, a lot of the things that DOH does that probably some efficiencies there?
Well, this is just kicking off. We've only been doing this in the last month and a half, I believe. And so it's very much at the beginning part of that process, but it's really taking a lot of information and bringing it together very rapidly, actually. So fascinating. I can share more next time. How about that?
Yeah, that is fascinating. Just a quick anecdote is I know some of my colleagues are starting to use AI for contracts. I wonder if that ends up being beneficial at some point, but just having certain things added into contracts or edit current contracts, it's pretty amazing what it can do, and hopefully it can help us with some attorney fees.
That would be great for all affordable housing deals.
It would, agreed.
Mhm.
Any questions for Allison? Well, thank you for that update, Allison.
Okay. Thank you for your patience while I had technical difficulties.
No worries. We're just 2 minutes behind schedule here. We're going to stay on schedule. I guarantee it. Next up is the project application review, and today we have a home ownership application matrix that's going to be presented by Jose Trujillo.
Hello, can you hear me? All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm honored to be able to present these applications to you all. Quick introduction, since most of you probably don't know who I am. My name is Jose Trujillo. I am the homeownership team manager. Been with the state DOH for about 3.5 years now. The last 7, I started with the emergency mortgage assistance program and moved over to the homeownership team about 7 months ago. So our team, the homeownership team, manages contracts once they're executed that deal with homeownership projects and programs. 2 of the areas under our purview are the DPA, down payment assistance, and SFOO, a single family owner occupied rehab program. So what I'm bringing in front of you today is just those applications that came in. This application cycle is for Prop 123. So just a reminder, we can only assist jurisdictions that have opted in. We had 5 total applications that totaled, the requests were about $16 million. We only had about $10 million to be able to award. So what we did is we cut all the award amounts, roughly about 30% across the board, just to make sure that these agencies would be funded to be able to administer these funds for at least a year. And then, we could always look at reapplying in the future if we need to try to have them reapply in the future if they spend those funds. Let's see here. We had, like I said, we had 5 agencies, 2 for rehab, Total Concept, and Habitat for Humanity of the San Juans. And then the 3 DPA agencies are City of Glenwood Springs, Homes Fund, and ComAct. That's pretty much what I had. I'll open it up to questions. I do have DOH staff here to phone a friend if I don't have an answer. And I do believe all the agencies also have representatives on board or online here to be able to answer any specific questions for those agencies. Well, actually, one more thing I will add, just a historical performance. It looks like in the last fiscal year, we funded 92 DPA units and 60 SFOO units. So any questions?
Sorry, my computer was frozen. Any questions from the board? Sam?
Thanks very much, Anthea. Jose, can you tell us a little bit more about the Habitat request? It seems like a large request in comparison to the other ones, and what gives us the confidence that they have the ability to find that many homes and get that many projects off the ground in a year?
I might ask, let's see, the asset manager would be Bailey, but I do know for most of the other projects that we're working on with Habitat, they actually have a pretty long waiting list already. But Bailey, do you have a more specific, or the underwriter have more specific response to that, or even Habitat if you're on?
Yeah, hey everybody. I believe Chris was actually the asset
Oh, I'm
manager
sorry.
for Habitat. No stress. So yeah, if Chris is on or if Habitat wants to field that question.
I am on, and I believe that we also have Habitat on. I didn't look through the entire list, but Amanda, if you're on and want to take the question, feel free. I'm not hearing her. So what I can say, Habitat does cover numerous counties, larger counties in the Montrose area. They have done an amazing job over the past year of closing more repair loans than they had originally anticipated. And as they are expanding their staff, their knowledge, and all of the local organizations they work with, they feel very confident that they can close at least the number that we put on the application, which I believe was 38 per year, along with the 11 emergency repairs. They had actually anticipated being able to close more loans during that time, but due to our need to reduce the funding a little bit, we also reduced the number of units that we hope that they would be able to assist.
Christine, on the matrix that I'm looking at, it shows 50 new loans in the next year. How many did they do last year?
Last year, they did 24.
Seems like a rather large increase. Did they double the staff, or what gives them the encouragement that 50 is the magic number this year?
They added additional staff. They also did a lot more training and a lot more focus in numerous areas so that they were able to look at the projects, look at the contractors that they were working closely with, and match everything in a little bit better timeline than we've seen in the past in numerous areas where it can take 4 to 18 months to complete a project, and they are able to complete them a lot faster at this time. And their staff is very knowledgeable. They have got years of history in numerous areas. And as they're shifting staff, they're taking staff who have the history and working with the program and moving them up into another position where they're able to focus a little bit more on things.
I'm mostly familiar with Habitat's building new construction projects, new homes. I'm not so familiar with them doing renovation projects. Do they do it with the same cadre of volunteers, or is this work more contracted out to professional builders?
This is more contracted out.
Okay.
And from what I have seen and discussed, they are not using a lot of volunteers. They're using contractors. We do require insurance and quite a bit that a lot of general volunteers would not be able to acquire for these types of programs and projects.
Okay. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Hearing no other questions from the board. Thank you for the presentation. And if there are no questions regarding that home ownership application, then I'd like to request a vote for approval of the home ownership application as presented.
So moved.
Thanks, Sam.
I second that. Monique.
Thank you, Monique, for the second. All those in favor signify by aye or hand raise.
Aye.
Candace. Is anybody opposed? Okay, well, it passes. Thank you all for your time today. Sorry for the technical glitches we had, but we look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you.
Thanks.